Alright, I'm working on a 2005 Mazda 3i here today, and we're going to be removing this starter. Now, the first thing you want to do, and of course I've already got a lot of stuff unhooked off here, but you want to make sure to remove your battery, move the cables, make sure you don't have any juice going. And the next thing you're going to have to do is remove the belt. And I've already took the tensioner because you really the tensioner I don't think is going to get in your way, but I removed it already. I can show you on this other engine here. When you get, you're going to need a, let's see, what is this? A 14 millimeter on your tensioner, and you just go in that direction. So just, you're going to push it that way and pop your belt off first thing. Like I said, I removed my tensioner. Those are 12 millimeters. You probably don't have to. I don't think it's necessary, but it just kind of opens it up a little more where you can see. And you can see you got 4 bolts here all together. You got one here, and you got one that's kind of hidden back over here, and then you got 2 from the bottom. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're just going to get this top bolt. You don't need very many tools. You're just going to need a little short one I used and one with an extension to get the one that's hidden, and maybe a little cheater bar. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to break this top one here loose, and we're just going to go ahead and get that one out. And so I'll do that, and then we'll move underneath to the bottom here. Okay, now that we're directly underneath the car, the next thing we're going to just go ahead and get out of the way is this power cable here, and you can just take a screwdriver and pop this thing off, and it maybe it's kind of broken. It's supposed to stay on there, but anyways, this here is it's going to be a 12 as well. We're going to go ahead and get that off of there. Okay, so I'm going to need both hands here to get this the rest of the way loose here, and follow up here. Okay, I want to show you on this real quick so you don't break these, but this thing I was having difficulty popping it off. You can see there's these 3 little clips here that hold it around, that black thing right there, and you just have to take a little screwdriver or a little pick like I had there and just kind of pop each one of those out carefully so you don't break it, so when you go to put it back it'll actually snap back on there. Okay, so said the next one we're going to go ahead and get, which is the most difficult, is this one right up here. You can't get your ratchet just right in there, so you have to use an extension. So what I like to do is, without the ratchet actually being on there, just feed the extension up in there, because you can see you got some cables and stuff in the way there, so you just kind of feed it to where you can get in there to it, and then go ahead and put your ratchet on. So I'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I've got my ratchet positioned on that with just a little short extension and my deep well socket. I found that to work out pretty well. And we're gonna break. Some of these are pretty tight. Like I said, you may need a little cheater bar. And so we're just gonna go ahead and get that one, and that's the other top one. And then we'll just come down here to these bottom 2, and you can see these are just very easy to get to here, and we'll see about getting this out of here. Okay, and with that top one there out, we've just moved down here to this bottom one. We're just going to go ahead and get this one now. Okay, and when you get to the last one here, obviously get a hand on it so it's not falling on you. And so we're going to go ahead and get this last one out here. Okay, I thought there was another connector on here, but I couldn't hardly see it with it up there. But you have one more right here that has to come loose. And all you do, this is like probably the most difficult thing about it, you just take and push down. If you can see right there, you just take and push down hard as you can, and that will pull straight out of there. So just push down right in there and just pull that connector out. And I'm just getting ready to pull it out, and you can see right in there where you just have to push down, and then that just slides out of there. Okay, so with that last connector off of there, that whole thing just slides right down out the bottom there, and you can see kind of the location of those. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to show you putting it back on this one over here, kind of how it goes on, and maybe you can get a better visual of it here. Okay, so here we are looking at this passenger side of the motor here, and you can see our locations here and here and then here and then right down here. And you'll notice that these right here actually have a locating for the locating pins right here, and you can see, let me flip it around here, you can see one right there just to locate that. So we're just going to get this set on here now. Okay, now when putting this on here, you got the two long ones that go on the bottom, and you got the two shorts that go on the top. Okay, and like I said, that's pretty much all there is to it, other than reconnecting that wire and then this power wire here, which is not a big deal. That's all there is to it, and then getting the belt back on. So you know, maybe that can give you a better visual. Like I said, really, other than the belt, there's not really anything that I can see you have to remove. I had removed the tensioner previously because it was broken anyway. But other than that, really, there's not a whole lot you just have to remove. You can get in there without having to remove stuff and put other things back. So anyways, maybe that can help somebody out, and thank you for watching.